All this being said, I have 15 subscribers as of today, because mind you, to get monetized, you need to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers as of now, which is August of 2026. But then in February, they've moved the goalpost for us to where you now have to have 8,000 watch hours with 1,000 subscribers. So, ugh. Anyways, the challenge is, can AI, and in this case, Claude Code, help me hit 4K before February. But now I'm like, whatever, let's get rich and or die trying, in the words of 50 Cent, to see if we could do that. Because dang, why'd y'all have to do that? I also just figured out for short form video, there's different rules. So any watch hours, small creators, that you may have that you got from shorts, that does not count towards your monetization for long form. Really quick, just so you guys know, this is where I'm at. I am 2 months into the journey. This is my first YouTube channel ever. Doesn't know me yet. And I'm still, and I don't know my audience either. I'm leveraging vidIQ. I'm leveraging my favorite creators like Katie Steckley, Modern Millie, and like just some other folks, like leveraging their advice and then the vidIQ advice, and obviously Claude, because that's my preferred AI tool of choice. My issue with my YouTube videos and with my channel right now is retention. So you guys are dropping off. So I'm working on that. This week actually is the first week where I'm not reading like script for script. I'm actually reading from bullet points and just like talking to you as though you're my best friend, because you are my best friend. I'm seeing how that works out. So I have been using Claude to edit my long form videos for the last 2 or 3 videos. The first time I used Claude to edit a video, it was like a mind blown situation. Like I had never had a video with motion graphics. Felt like that was something I needed to do. Felt like I needed to add like background or B-roll footage to my videos. Didn't want to fool around with doing that. I downloaded this thing called Storyblocks, and I still have a Storyblocks account. This being said, I didn't use Storyblocks because it seemed like I just didn't want to take the time to learn how to use it. All you need to do is you're going to go to Claude.ai. You're going to figure out where to download Claude Code, or you don't even need to download Claude Code. You could just download Claude, the desktop version, and Claude Code will be in there, and you speak to Claude Code the same way that I'm speaking to you, just as a regular person. Say, hey, I have this video file. Here's where it's stored. I want you to edit this. And you're going to give it some basic parameters like, I want you to add B-roll and motion graphics. I want it to keep the viewer's attention, and I want it to be no longer than 7 minutes long, and see what happens from there. Is it going to be perfect the first time? Probably not, but you can tweak it. So for me, the first time I did this, I think I was editing a video that took, I think it was like 30 minutes worth of footage. I wanted to cut it down to like 15 minutes, in between 7 to 15 minutes, because I read somewhere that that's like the peak length of what your long form YouTube video should be. I left my computer. I have this caffeine extension. I left the computer on. I turned caffeine on, left it on overnight, woke up. And was it perfect? No, but it was like 80% there, and it blew my mind because it was the first time it happened. Have I liked all the videos after? No, I have not. Actually, the last 2 videos that I put out, not a huge fan, if I'm being honest with you. I don't like the editing, which I'm not doing this time. So I feel like there's so many cuts. I look like a robot, which I didn't like. I just got the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. Yes, I did. And that's what I'm using this time. I'm going to take the SD card out of it. I'm going to put it in my tablet, in my Microsoft Surface tablet. I'm going to take that, put it in CapCut, remove all the pauses. My plan, last week it took me 3 days in total, 1 to film, 2 days to edit. This time, I'm just going to give Claude the raw footage and see what happens. Let's talk about my plan as a small creator trying to hurry up and get monetized within the next like 6 months, which I didn't plan on happening. But we're going to try, because why not? So I think right now in general, you need an AI operating system. Now, I follow strongly and am a huge advocate, and big shout out to Nate Herc, AI Automations. I say this to say, in one of the videos, which I'll link in the description, he has like an AI operating system where he shows you how he built his citizen. This being said, I think that if you have an AI operating system, it'll naturally produce your efficiency and produce like greater like productivity. That's the thinking behind it. Am I seeing that yet? Not necessarily. I mean, yes, but no, right? I took his advice where I have an SC2 folder. So I have a Claude.md folder, which is a router. So it basically says, hey, Claude, when I'm asking you stuff and I'm prompting you with stuff, go here to find X, Y, or Z. Then I have a .claude folder that says like, that's where all my skills live. Mind you, my operating system is new. I'm still figuring this out. I audit my operating system usually once a week or at least once every 2 weeks. And within my skills folder, there's things that help me with my YouTube channel exactly, right? Let's talk about research. Research could take so much time. You could go down such a huge rabbit hole. When I'm researching stuff, it takes me a lot of time because not only do I get on Google and ChatGPT, and YouTube and Reddit, I get on a lot of platforms to see, it just takes a lot of time. I can go down a rabbit hole. You need to create an agent to do research for you. But think about what are things that you're researching on a weekly basis that you can automate? And what's that workflow so you can set that up as a skill? But Sabrina talks about how you should, when you're a smaller creator in any platform, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, whatever the case may be, how you can leverage other people's content, not copy it, but leverage it and give them a shout out, by the way, give them credit. People, it's fine to all we do is borrow people's stuff, but give them credit. So for example, Sabrina says, hey, the thumbnail, the outlier thumbnail, the outlier title, and the first 10 seconds of their video, you should copy all of that and then make it your own and see if that helps with your views. Alex Hermosi, who I also follow, says things like, hey, for YouTube, what works for me is proof, plan, and promise. So this week, it's what should we do to write a better script that keeps your guys' attention? How do we format that? How does Martin Scorsese write his films, so to speak? I want to build an agent to research that. But just remember that agents are a person, right? So we're going to call this agent Bob, okay? Bob is a person. Skills are the skills that Bob has. So let's say that you want Bob to, I don't know, write all your content for you. You want him to repurpose your content. So let's say that YouTube is your source of truth content. You want him to take that transcript and write a blog on Substack. You also want him to make various different Facebook posts or Instagram posts or TikTok posts from that piece of content. So he might have communication skills. He might have research skills. Those are all the skills that you would need to have in your agents. And then keep in mind, you need to set up learning loops because as Bob starts to write stuff, for example, stuff is going to change. The algorithms are going to change. You're going to learn more of what you like and don't like. And so you need to be able to tell Bob that. The key is everything you set up with your AI operating system, you need to test it. And what you want to do with your AI operating system is you want to ask yourself, what are you repeating every week? For this week, for me right now, for example, the things I'm repeating every week are recruiter outreach. I'm sending emails to recruiters every week. I'm repeating job applications. I am repeating creating YouTube scripts, thumbnails, or at least talking points and titles for videos. And so those things I'm trying to automate by making skills so that I have an agent that can do all those things. That's your AI operating system. And so I remember there was some clip that I watched where Mr. Beast was like, until you filmed 100 long form videos, your content is going to suck. Think about this like riding a bike. You're not going to know how to ride your bike and do a wheelie and mess with the pegs and, ride with no hands. I'm really big on you cannot ride a bike at a seminar. The only way, no matter what anybody tells you about how to ride a bike, you're never going to be able to ride it well until you start riding it for yourself and you fall 5 million times. So my thing is right now, what I know I can commit to is 1 long form video per week. And I know that I can easily get 7 shorts if I clip them up to 30 seconds. Because I have life and other things that are priorities, I'm also not going to make too much content. And then later on life happens and then I can't make as much content. But if my editing gets better and my videos get better, maybe I can increase to more, which I plan to do 3 to 6 months in. I don't believe to start off where you're making all this content and then you slow it down. I think that'll mess the algorithm up. I don't want to say sad because I'm not really sad, but maybe I felt like I was at 10 points and now I feel like I'm at 8 or 9 points when it comes to YouTube feelings, maybe like -2 for this like doubling up on. But I know like, yes, they talk about mindset all the time, but you guys, we're just gonna act like this is another day. That's what I'm trying to say. Hold on, I gotta get my coffee. You guys, and it's late. I shouldn't be drinking this, whatever. I need it right now. I say all this to say, yeah, we just have, like, we're doing what we can do, and we are gonna try to use AI to help us. That's the plan, okay? We're gonna keep our mind sharp. If we don't make it, we weren't there. We don't even know what we're missing out on, but like, let's try. We're gonna use AI to, we're gonna create an AI operating system, okay? We're going to make sure that we're auditing that operating system. We're building skills in that operating system. We are going to use Claude to edit our videos, period. We're gonna use Claude to get people to tuned into our video. We're gonna work on retention, because I know for a fact I'm not the only small creator that's dealing with retention issues. And remember, as you know, like, we don't have to be perfect. I think we just need to be like 80% there. We're still learning in this next 6 months, and like, we're just doing the best we can. For all of you small creators out there, first of all, I want to say hi. I hope we meet at some point. I look forward to us growing. And please subscribe to my channel, please, if this is helpful. And let me know if you guys have a plan as well as to what your plan of attack is. If you're just like, kind of just like, whatever, 8,000, I only got 15 subscribers and 57 watch hours like you too, Samantha, so whatever. Or you're like, it's Operation Get Rich or Die Trying, in the words of 50 Cent, and I'm going to try to go hard, you know, so that I can make it. Like, let me know. Until next time.